some time since I filmed. I know I've been posting recently because I did go in my cave for a while again. It's my second home. And I may still be in it a little bit, but it's hard not to be, like, especially with what's going on in the world. And, like, you know, colonizers, they just love causing chaos and pain and all this stuff. Reference, what's today? It is January 18th, I think. Just so you can know, like, the date. My brain is everywhere. It's really hard to try to, like, be so happy and hopeful when all these terrible things that the colonizers have been doing, like, all around Uchimakau, Grandmother Earth, the Earth, all around the Earth, like, these colonizers, they cause so much pain for their idea of power, like, but that's not, okay. I feel like I'm going everywhere. If this is your first time here in my little teepee, my little home here on YouTube, my name is Jasa. And I'm here just speaking my mind. I first came on here because my ancestors forced me to be vulnerable. And I will always be vulnerable. I will always be as transparent as possible, but there may be things but that's my business, right? And that's what they would like, transparency. You can be as transparent as you want to be. You don't have to tell the world everything about you if you don't want to. Unfortunately, it's just part of my journey to share a lot of my life with you beautiful beings, but I'm cool with it because I've always wanted to be heard. So this is really healing for my inner child and my inner teen, because this is a space where I finally get to talk and just be me. And, like, there may be random videos where there's not like a set topic and I'm just gonna talk and create what I want to, and I'm no longer trying to fit in that box that colonizers have created. Like, they have such a limiting box and you have to follow, like, the rules inside this box to be doing things right as a human, and that's just it's so dumb because we are spirits that consist of magic. We are magic, and you're telling me I have to follow this boring template to live a good life? No thank you. No thank you. My ancestors, they had 7 values to follow. Other than that, you can live the life way you want, and those values are, like, so simple. I think there's, like, humble, humility, I think, generosity, kindness, compassion, community, like, just basic things you should move through life with. But other than that, my ancestors did not limit your magic at all. They're like, whatever calls you, you do that. As long as you're not hurting other living beings, you live your life. And I have fought very hard to come back to that way of moving in life, right? And I've learned, like, healing is making a safe space for your spirit, and in reality, it's just decolonizing your mind and your spirit, because unfortunately, almost all of us live in a colonized society because these colonizers love to dominate, destroy, and push their way of life, which is very limiting and just, like, hurts majority of people. It only benefits a very small amount of people. It's really hard whenever you are surrounded by that. Like, that is everything you've known, and I'm really grateful that my people were able to hold on to our connection to the Creator, to all the spirits, our language, our traditions, everything, even though there was a time where all those things were illegal. And it was horrific. Like, they horrifically tried to traumatize us to get it out of us so we wouldn't remember. And I'm so grateful that my people were able to hold on. And now our language, I'm Lakota, and the school I went to, man, I think they're middle schoolers now. They speak fluent Lakota, like fluent. And all those kids be speaking Lakota. My cousin, which is like my best friend I was raised with, she's teaching the Lakota language. She taught herself and now she's teaching them, and there's babies walking around speaking it. And I know words, I know some sentences. I eventually will be fluent, probably thanks to my cousin. I'll have to take a few of her classes. But where was I going? I also have I'm ADHD. My brain will bounce. I may remember, I may never. And if you want me to remember, and I did not in this video, you write a comment, be like, hey girl, you were saying this and then you forgot. Do you remember? I will do my best. I will do my best. Dang it. Where am I going? Oh, to be able to like hold on to my ancestors' way of life and knowing that the colonizers' way of life is not the only way. And there's a reason why so many of us suffer, like physically and mentally and spiritually. Because like the way they set it up, it was made for that. They literally taught us magic's not real. It is. And like so many beings, like our ancestors, especially BIPOC beings, ancestors, were connected to spirits. All different kinds of spirits. There's not just one God. There's so many beings out there. You know what I mean? That's what's so cool. It's like we are all different. We're all special in our own way. And when we come together as our authentic selves, we bring so much. Like you think of soup, right? If you just put one ingredient in there, just chicken, nothing else, just chicken, it's gonna be so boring. And colonizers are like, y'all all need to be chicken. That soup is gonna have no flavor except chicken, but not even spices, just chicken, right? But if you are yourself, everybody's themselves, and they jump in that pot, that's gonna be the tastiest soup ever. So be yourself. And I say this, I've had to fight to show up as this. I don't care what people think anymore. I do not care, because that has nothing to do with me. The way they perceive me has everything to do with them, their life experiences, their own cycles they need to break, everything like that. It has nothing to do with me. So if my loudness or like silliness, I'm very connected to my inner child, so I can be very childlike. If that upsets people and makes them feel like I gotta hide that part, they just don't belong in my life. We're just not aligned. And that's one thing I've learned too, is not everybody is meant to be around everybody. We're all our own beings. We all have our own communities that we're aligned with. It doesn't mean that we can't all care for each other, but we're all not gonna resonate all the time with each other, and that's okay. And also sometimes people, well, all the time, people are all on their own journeys. We're all on our own journey, and we all meet each other and experience each other for our own reasons and our own lessons and memories and experiences, right? Where was I going? I need some water. I hope you're doing okay right now. It's really hard to be happy, but I seen a thing where it's like your joy is an act of resistance, and especially coming from people that were like the first beings to be taken out. Joy and hope is what kept my ancestors alive and kept me alive. In all honesty, I would not be here talking to you right now if I didn't hold on to hope, and then if I didn't like immerse myself in my moments of joy and happiness with other beings and myself. Because there's a long time where I did not want to be on Unchi-Macabre and Mother Earth. I wanted to go back to my ancestors. This world colonizer created is so painful. It is so painful, but I'm grateful. I stayed and I toughed it out. Also, mind you, a big reason I didn't leave is because in my culture, if you do that, if you decide to head out on your own, your spirit gets tied to this earthly plane unless your family does ceremony and like make sure your spirit makes it to the spirit world. I highly doubt mine would do that. Like, I don't even talk to a majority of them. And even when I did, I highly doubted they would. So I was like, you know what? I'm trying to bounce. I won't be stuck here forever like my spirit, and then also seeing all the beings I love suffering while I'm stuck here watching all this pain. No, thank you. So I toughed it out, and I'm really grateful. And hope is what like kept me going. Even though colonizers make it seem impossible to live a life full of joy, it's not. We are magic. We are magic. And there's a reason why they taught us to look for negative things and to always put ourselves down, because then we stay in that frequency, the lower frequency of just feeling crappy. And that's all we're doing is making ourselves feel crappy. We're not getting in touch with our magic, especially love magic. That is the most powerful magic in the world. Love, right? So of course they're not gonna want us to learn how to unconditionally love ourselves, because that kind of magic is so powerful. Like the most evilest evil has no chance. I know I sound like crazy, but it's so true. It is so true. There's a reason why like magic lights you up. And I know it does. You may be denying it right now, but like magic stories, magic anything, fairies, hobbits, dragons, I was gonna say fairies again, spirits, like all the different beings, they're real, you know? Where am I going? And the only reason I can say this is because I grew up seeing spirits flying around in the room and like all different things, and my ancestors singing and drumming to me when I go to sleep. But I'm sharing my world, and I'm doing this with no fear. Maybe a little fear. Because I've been called to do this my whole life. So I would do that as a kid, and anyone that's not part of my culture, or like even a part, like some that were looked up but weren't put into, like, didn't get to experience our traditions and stuff, try to shut me down. Like, tell me that I'm crazy and magic's not real and spirits aren't real, and I'm looking at them like, okay, you just haven't seen it. Because like, especially in this world, it's like I gotta see it to believe it. I've seen it. I have seen it so many times. I've seen the clouds part. Like, I've seen magic that at least I know can't be explained by science. I bet you it could. Maybe it has been. I don't know. Where am I going? I don't know. I really need water. Oh, hope. Okay. Especially in this time, it's like colonizers are fucked. Colonizers, they're just going off because they know this is the time of the seventh generation. It's been predicted by spirit hundreds and hundreds of years ago to so many beings throughout Turtle Island, and maybe even all around the world. I don't know, but we are the generation that will bring peace, because that's what we've always deserved, all of us, not just a small group of us because they believe they have power and they deserve to put people below them and whatever. No, that's not what it is going to be moving forward, right? And for that, we have to get in touch with our magic, our spirit, make a safe space for our spirit or spirits. When you do that, you will tap into your magic, your ancestry magic. And we will also will see each other as relatives, not as like separate from each other. In my culture, at the end of a prayer, we say "Matakoye oyase." It means we are all related, and that when we say this, this means we are related to all the living beings on Uchimaka, including Uchimaka. Right? She's our great grandmother, but all of the living beings, the animals, the trees, wind spirit, like all the beings, we are related. And when you see that way and you move that way, you live a different life. You live a way different life. And I've been really struggling with like wanting to create what's calling me, because so many people are suffering so much, and it feels like selfish. But I just hear my ancestors, they're like, no, your act of joy in creation is an act of resistance, and this is going to help a lot of people and show them that they are magic too. They deserve to create, and we don't belong in this society that just makes us feel so crappy and that hurts each other. That's not what we're meant to be a part of anymore. And humans have really been disappointing me a lot. So I've been hanging out with more of my relatives that are not human, right? Like I've been talking to, I have a tree in our backyard. I have built my relationship with a beautiful, beautiful tree. And that tree at first was like so sad. When I would touch that tree, I would feel so much sadness and then anger, like anger. And I understand these trees have been around for how long? Like they are really sacred, ancient relatives. And I built my relationship with that tree. I like apologize, like I'm so sorry how these humans, majority of them, have been harming our grandmother Earth and all of you. And like I told her, I'm like, I'm gonna do my best to do everything I can to help all of our relatives. And like every day I tell the tree how beautiful she is and how much I love her and how grateful I am for her. And throughout me like building this relationship, now when I see her and like I touch her trunk, I just feel so much happiness and love, and that makes me so happy. And it's like the little things like that, connecting with like your tree in your yard. Or I've also been feeding the neighborhood little animals, little relatives, because unfortunately we live more on Unchimaka than like with her and the relatives, so we just take up so much space and resources. So these poor little babies have barely any food, they have barely any shelter, because we just take up everything and take everything. So I leave out some food, some water for them, and like, I forgot to fill it up. I didn't realize it was out, and I'm sitting at my dining room table with my wife and my sister-in-law, and all of a sudden I see this squirrel on our neighbor's roof, and he's looking at me in my eyes. He's like looking at me, and I could just feel like anger, and I like heard, "Where's our food, bitch?" And he was staring at me for minutes. So I went, I got them some food. He went, he ate. But like little moments like that. And I came home yesterday, man, I felt so like witchy and like magical, because I was walking home, and I like got almost to my house. I was like in front of it, almost crossing, and then all of a sudden the crows in my big tree I was talking about, my backyard, started going off. They started talking like loud. They weren't talking at all. Then they were like going, and then the trees in the doesn't call us the birds in our front yard. We have like a little tree. They started talking, and I was like, "Oh, are they talking to me? It's talking to me. I went to the backyard and like the crows got closer and they're just talking. And it feels so good to feel that connection with other living beings and not having to like speak the same language to understand each other. We don't have to speak the same language to understand at all. And I'm really grateful. Like all my relatives, cute little creatures, the trees are keeping me going. They're keeping me very grounded and keeping me full of hope because we are all connected. Our spirits are infinite. We don't like, when this journey ends, we're not just like gone. We are continuous forever. And like you come back to Earth however many times, you may be going to other planets out there in the galaxy. Like it is so complex. And I am done letting those negative voices and projections from this colonized society and the beings trying to conform in this colonized society. I'm done listening to them. I'm done. I'm being me. And you deserve to be you. And if you have no idea who that is, that's okay. I had no idea either. I had no idea. I just like one step at a time. And the biggest thing is being kind and gentle to yourself. Those negative voices come in, turn to your inner child and your inner teen. They're the ones freaking out. They are. Turn to them. Talk to them. Comfort them. Say whatever they need to hear so know that they are safe with you. And make them safe with you. And if that means you gotta have boundaries with other people, boundaries with yourself, I believe in you. And it may be a little bumpy. It's not gonna be perfect. We're humans. We're not perfect. But you deserve to live the life your spirit came to Unchimaka, Grandmother Earth, to live. We are magic. We didn't come here to just suffer and feel all this pain from this colonized society and then go on our next journey. That's not why we came here. Our ancestors prayed for us. They prayed. We are their answered prayers. There's a song by Snotty Nose Res Kids. I forgot which song it is, but there's a verse and it's like, we are the new ancestors. Act accordingly. Sit on that. You are, and you're gonna be an ancestor. You are an ancestor for your future generations. We are. Our actions matter. The way we move in life matters. How we treat other living beings matter. How we treat ourselves matter. No more abandoning ourselves to be accepted by others. Like, if someone loves you unconditionally, they won't have any conditions. You won't have to be a certain way. They will love you for who you are and be grateful that they get to experience you and your spirit or spirits. It's as simple as that. Yeah, but it may not feel like it. It definitely doesn't feel like that a lot of the time. But we got this. We got this. I was trying not to be so doomy. I felt very doomy for the past while now. I'd say a year. Since these colonizers really are doing their big one, you know? But all I know is Spirit's on our side. The planets are on our side. I'm not an astrologer, but I know it's the time of the Aquarius and Pluto and all that stuff. The planets are with us. So we gotta be with us. Create what you want to create. You want to bake a cake, bake a cake. You want to play in the mud, play in the mud. Live your life. And I don't know where it was going. I have no idea where I was going. I recommend connecting with one of our relatives that's not a human. Get a neighborhood squirrel. Talk to that squirrel. Birds. Talk to the Zincalas. They understand you. I always, little story time. I always remember this story that my Lakota teacher, when I was in high school, her name was Philomene. She shared, because she was at Unchi, so she was older, and her first language was Lakota. She was around the time where, like, when she was little, what was it? She was pretty tiny. I think she was like 5 or 6 or something. And her family were by the creek, washing their clothes. Like, she got to live our ancestors' way of life, but also was put like in a boarding school. So she was in that timeline. And she was explaining that she was by like the water while her parents were washing their clothes, and she heard some birds talking, and they were talking in Lakota. She heard them. She could understand them. They were speaking our language. And that I've always held on to. I was like, man, how cool is that? That we are so connected to our relatives that the birds learn Lakota. Like, what? So now I'm always talking to Zincalas. I'm like, hey, honey, what's day? Doksha ke? I'm like, good morning, how are you? And then some of them are like, what are you talking about? I've had some look at me though, like, you know Lakota? I swear. I hope that's what they were thinking. And I hope someday that they do know Lakota again, and if not, many other languages too, because we're all relatives. We're all meant to experience each other. And like, whether you believe in reincarnation or not, it's real. That bird that's on like your front window could have been your grandma in another life. Could have been your husband in another life. Like, you don't know. You don't know. And that's why, like, my ancestors moved in the way of knowing that we are all connected. We are so much more than just like this human meat suit and this life. We are so much more than that. And I'm really grateful. I'm forever grateful that my people were able to hold on to that knowledge and our traditions and our connection to spirit. And now I've been working with spirits that my ancestors worked with, and it's the coolest thing. I'm so grateful, even though these colonizers are starting fires everywhere. All I can feel is like hope, and like all the ancestors and all the spirits rooting for us. Like, they are cheering for us. So when you feel down, remember that. Feel your feelings though. Don't like invalidate feeling crappy, because what's happening in this world and been happening because of colonizers for like thousands of years, it's hard, and we need to feel our feelings. Crying is also good medicine. So feel your feelings. Cry, be angry, feel them, don't hold them in. It can physically make you sick. It'll come out in other ways. Feel your feelings. But also know that we are the 7th generation. We are magic, and we're connecting to our magic, and I'm so excited. All the beautiful things we're all gonna create. And then you're gonna create. I'm so excited. We deserve the best life. And it's not gonna be an easy journey getting there. But shit, my whole life's not been easy, so let's go. Let's get it. I'm gonna make a nice snacky. Thank you for spending your precious time and energy with me. And if you're still here, you will grow one. You will grow one. And I know you're gonna make a safe space for your spirit or spirits. And you're gonna remember who you are. It's okay if you forgot. It's really hard to remember in a society that wants you to forget. But we'll remember, and we'll have our magic just like everywhere. Everywhere. Thank you for spending your precious time and energy with me. I'm gonna go dance a little. I mean, a snack, I'm gonna dance. You do something that lights your spirit up. Even if it's 5 minutes of something. You deserve it. Doksha, okay? I'll see you later. My shoulder. My shoulder.